15 common mistakes that English learners usually make. Hey everyone! Today we're talking about 15 most common mistakes that many English learners usually make. If you want to sound more natural in English, stay with me till the end. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel because there's a lot of useful information for you. So let's get started. And the first mistake is I'm agree. Unfortunately, many learners think that agree is an adjective like the word happy or sad or tired, but agree is actually a verb. We don't say I am plus a verb, we say I plus a verb. For example, I run, I go, I know. We don't say I am run or I am understand. So it actually sounds incorrect to a native speaker. Instead, we just say I agree, the same way as we say I understand, I do, I know, and so on. For example, I completely agree with you. Or we all agree that English learning is fun. Next mistake is she don't have a dog. She don't like coffee. The mistake here is using don't instead of doesn't. In English, after he, she, it, we will use doesn't, but not don't in negative sentences. For example, you can say she don't drink coffee because you see that there is she. So we will use doesn't after she, and of course after he and after it. Of course, it's a small detail and a native speaker will completely understand you, but it makes a huge difference in how natural you sound in English. For example, you might say, she doesn't have a dog, but she wants one. Mistake number 3, I am so boring. Boring and bored sound very similar, but they actually mean completely different things. When you say I am boring, it means that you are not interesting. But bored, it means that all the things that surround you don't make you interested in it. You can say the movie is so boring, I almost fell asleep. Or I was so bored with this movie, I almost fell asleep. So bored, you talk about your feelings. But boring, you describe a movie. It's not interesting for you, it's boring. Next mistake is it's depend. Many people say it's depend because probably they think that depend is an adjective but not a verb. So they would use it is depend, but it's not correct. Depend, it's a verb, and in present simple, when we use he, she, it, in positive sentences, we will use as, ending as at the end of the verb. For example, it depends on the weather. The next mistake is I working today or I cleaning my house now. You need to say I am cleaning now. She is cleaning. They are working. So if you use ing ending to the verb, don't forget to use am is are here because you are talking about the process you are doing right now. So in English, when we talk about things which are happening right now or we talk about the process, temporary action, we will use am is are plus ending ing. The next mistake is I was go to work or I was play the game. You don't have to use the verb was because you already have the verb go. And in past tense, in past simple, you just have to use either ed or the second form of the irregular verb. For example, go changes to went. So you need to say I went to work yesterday. And if it's a regular verb, for example, play, you just need to add ed here. And you will say I played the game yesterday. Next mistake is interested of. When we talk that you are interested in something, you need to use preposition in. For example, I'm interested in science. Don't forget to use ing ending after prepositions if you want to use a verb after the preposition. For example, I'm interested in taking this course. So I don't say I'm interested in take this course. I'm interested in taking this course. But next mistake, I didn't went to the shop. It's past simple, so you already use didn't. And if you use didn't, your verb should be transformed to the first form or you need to remove ending ed. I didn't go to work, not I didn't went to work, I didn't go to work. Or you say I played the game, I didn't play the game. So remove ed here. I bought a house, but I didn't buy a house. Next mistake is I feel myself happy. Actually, feel, it's already about your feeling, so you don't have to use myself in that case. You can just say I feel happy. I feel sad, I feel disappointed. There's no need to use extra word myself, yourself, and so on. The next mistake is she said me to come. Please remember that if you use a pronoun here, you don't have to use said. You need to use instead the word tell. She told me to come. She told me to finish the project earlier. If you really want to use said, you may use she said that. She said that he was a good doctor, but not she said me that he was a good doctor. The next mistake, discuss about. I often hear this from my students and they say, we discussed about this question with my boss. Like, you can say we had a discussion about this question with my boss, but in this way discussion, it will be a noun. We had a discussion about something, but discuss, it's already you discussed something. We discussed this issue. We discussed this problem. The next mistake is I have 20 years old. When you talk about your age, you need to use I am. So like you say your name, like I'm Alina, so I am 20 years old. Or you can just say I'm 20, and that's okay. The next mistake is when you say I did a mistake, because that's a collocation that you need to remember. We make mistake. We make noise, we make friends, not do. For example, you can say, when I'm nervous, I often make mistakes. The next mistake is really similar to the previous one, but it's incorrect when you say I make homework or I make housework, because homework and housework, that's a physical action that you are doing. So you need to say I do homework, I do housework, and actually all the words that you use with work, you need to say do. I do the work around the house. I do my homework every day. The next mistake is I will call to you. You don't need to use to after the word call. It's enough to say I will call you tomorrow. You don't need to use to. I will call to you. That's not correct. And that's it. I hope these common mistakes and corrections will help you in your English learning, and just don't be afraid of making mistakes. And remember that practice makes perfect. Learning a language is all about making mistakes, so you just need to keep improving yourself step by step every day, and soon you will see a great result. Let me know in the comments if you have ever made any of these mistakes and share your experience. I will be really excited to read all your comments. And if you found this video helpful or useful, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe, and see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.